Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about what kind of fuel you're using to get you to your goals. This is a video about motivation. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael. I'm a certified life and wellness coach, and I help people achieve their goals for a living. That's literally what I do. So when it comes to motivation, I know a few things. I know the great ways we motivate ourselves, and I also know the less great ways that we motivate ourselves, and I have done them all myself. So let's jump in. I want to use the analogy of motivation as fuel. So it is fueling you to create a result, to achieve some kind of goal that you have. And it doesn't matter what that goal is for this video. But the way I like to think about it is that there's two types of fuel that you could use to achieve your goals: clean fuel and dirty fuel. So let's talk a little bit about what those look like. Clean fuel in your body feels expanding. It feels exciting. It feels like motivation in the best possible way. On the other hand, dirty fuel feels very constricting. It feels like pressure in the not good way. It feels anxious and stressful. When you're in a space of clean fuel, you're saying things in your head like, I want to. Versus dirty fuel, you're saying things like, I need to, or I have to, or I should, and it's very desperate. There's a desperate energy around dirty fuel. On any path to a goal, there's going to be inevitable failure. And so a way you can know with what kind of fuel you're using is by how you treat yourself through that failure. In clean fuel, you're seeing failure as inevitable, and you're using it to grow you, to learn more. You're taking your failure and saying, okay, here's what didn't work. Here's what I've learned. Let's keep going. And you're treating yourself with compassion all the way through it. In dirty fuel, you're using that failure as a reason to beat yourself up. You're using it to shame yourself and saying, see, I told you I'm not good enough. This will never work. It, again, doesn't motivate you further. Whereas in clean fuel, failure can actually motivate you. When you're in a space of using clean fuel, it feels very much like growth. You're enjoying the journey. You know that it's going to be ups and downs. You know there's going to be wins and losses, and you're just enjoying the journey. It's a fun on the way there. It's fun on the way to the result, on the way to the destination. But on the other hand, when you're fueling your goals with dirty fuel, it feels like resistance. It feels like not very fun. It feels treacherous. It feels tedious. It feels stressful. And you're not focused on enjoying the journey. You're just focused primarily in an attached way on the result, on the destination. It's kind of like you're so focused on where you're going that you're not enjoying the way there. You're not enjoying the journey. And while I agree, it's great to focus on the future result, you have to know what that is that you're building. Being attached to it feels often desperate and clingy. When you're proving yourself to other people, when your motivation is coming from this need to prove yourself to your parents, to your friends, to just the general public out there, you know that you've kind of gone onto the dirty fuel side of it. I'm not saying that that's bad. It's really good to want to prove ourselves. But what I'm saying is that you want to prove to yourself first and foremost. That's whose opinion matters the most. That's whose mind you want to blow. You want to blow your own mind and say, holy shit, look what I did. Look at the result I've created. I'm so proud of myself. And of course, in the process, you will probably get the admiration of other people as well. But that's not the primary motivation. When you're in a space of using clean fuel, you are helping others on the way. So there's people on their journey, you're helping them with proper boundaries. And you're okay with helping them out, and you're okay with actually receiving help as well. So there's not a lot of pride or ego in the way, not a lot of competition, at least not that unhealthy competition. It's a healthy competition, if any. Whereas when you're using the dirty fuel, you are hyper competitive in the way that's not very good, meaning other people's success really, really irritates you, and it makes it mean something bad about you. It also, when other people succeed and you're maybe not at that level, it's triggering your shame. You want them to not succeed. You're hyper competitive, and sometimes you might even take steps to undermine their success, and that is not a fun energy to be in. It does not feel very good. It has a deep scarcity mentality there. Ultimately, it boils down to whether your goals and motivation is coming from a place of love or coming from a place of shame and fear? Okay, so tell me in the comments which ones you're using. Do any of these sound familiar? Are you unsure and you have any questions? Let me know in the comments. The truth is this: we all use both. We're not purely in one or the other most of the time, and we have a little combination of clean fuel and dirty fuel. The goal is not to be purely in one, and nothing has gone wrong if you're using dirty fuel or motivation. But the goal is to reduce, just like with actual fuel, the goal is to reduce your dependency on the dirty fuel and begin to produce more capacity for using that clean fuel. How do you do that? Well, first you need to develop your relationship with yourself. You need to get clear on what is going on in your mind and how you're speaking to yourself. More love and compassion, less shame. Then just take your time. There is no rush. When we set timelines on our goals, that's just to keep us measuring and motivating, not as a means of shaming ourselves. It is all about the journey after all. And finally, the most important, have fun. I made a commitment to myself that any goal that I set out to do, I need to be having fun most of the time. Sure, there's going to be some aspects that aren't fun, and that's okay. You can manage your mind around that. But overall, I need to be having fun. If I'm not having fun, if the fun has severely lacked, then I just tell myself, okay, I need to check in with myself, bring myself back. Again, that self-talk is very important, and then get back to it the next day. Okay, if you want to learn more about clean fuel and how to create more of it in your life so that you can reduce that shame and that fear and that scarcity mindset, I invite you to connect with me. You can do so in two ways. One, you can find me on Instagram and DM me there. My handle is Wellismo_coach. It's in the show notes. Or if you want to really go deeper, you can book some one-on-one time with me where we're going to have a conversation about how this is showing up in your life. I want to know what your goals are. That's the most fun. And then maybe I can help you get there. So again, that is in the notes below. Have a great rest of the day, everyone. Be well.